There are also so really big boats in this marina. And then there is our little nutshell.
We reached Kappeln in the early afternoon, and in a small shop in the harbor I found something I was looking for since we started in Schleswig.
So, as the good seamanship demands it, I want to raise the flag of Schleswig-Holstein. We have not done this yet because we do not have a flag of Schleswig-Holstein. So, yeah, now I bought one and let's do it now.
We took advantage of the nice weather to go on a trip with the dinghy to the historic harbor. Because according to the forecast, this should be the last day with warm and sunny weather. All in all, this was definitely the warmest day of the whole trip. And it gave us a first little touch of the upcoming summer.
Nicht, dass sie uns
Good morning! Deep grey outside.
On this morning we had to decide whether to continue sailing down the Schlei towards Schleimünde or whether to turn around and explore places along the route we had already taken.
Morning, I'm walking through Kappeln trying to find a mailbox, and I want to give you a little update. So we decided not to sail further to Schleimünde, but keep this for another adventure. Today we are going to sail back to the southwest and look for a nice place to anchor and just have a look whatever there is. So yeah, that's it.
This decision was not easy, of course, because we were already really close to Schleimünde. But we did not want to drive there and have to turn around straight away. And we both thought that it would be better to explore this area with more time.
Ruhig weiter. Getting prepared for the shitty weather.
Beiboot lassen wir erstmal so.
Although the weather was getting worse and we unfortunately had to head back, there was no place we would have preferred to be. Even though we had passed Arnis less than 24 hours ago, it seemed like a whole season ago. And because the profit for not visiting Schleimünde was to have more time on our way back, we dropped the anchor close to Arnis and I brought Magali there with the dinghy. While she was visiting the smallest town in Germany, I made myself lunch and listened to the VHF radio.
This is Lyngby Radio. For repetition of navigation and warnings, please listen to main traffic channel.
About 1.5 hours later, I picked her up again and we continued our journey. At least the good side of the weather was that it brought some wind with it. With one reef and the main and the full jib, we made a very good speed.
Woo! Beautiful sailing time and shitty weather.
In the afternoon we reached the bridge of Lindaunis, and at this time it was Magali's turn to helm the boat through the bridge. Right behind the bridge we steered into a dead end on our starboard side to look for an anchorage for the night. At this moment we were a little nervous, as this was going to be our first night at anchor and not safe in a well-protected harbor. Another advantage of the weather was that it was almost empty and we could hardly imagine how crowded it would be here in the summer. After a short trip to the land, it was time to get back to the Okapi. We made dinner and had some beautiful hours on our cozy and warm heated boat. We were looking forward to a quiet night and went to sleep.
Good morning. No, we survived our first night at the anchorage and had a little invasion. Look at this shit.
All in all, we had a very calm night. We only were woken up one time by the anchor alert, because the wind direction shifted. But that was much less than I expected. But we have also set the limits of the anchor alarm very narrowly.
Das ist aber ein schönes Boot. Ich verzeihe dir. Das ist schön. Ich glaube, das ist eine Windel. Rotland.
The weather had not changed much since yesterday. And after a motorboat, which was in a hurry to pass the bridge, had given us a bumpy ride, we started our last sailing day. And we were heading towards Schleswig. Even if we didn't have sunny summer weather, we had a great time out there, and especially Magali could gain her sailing experience. On a beam reach course, we made some miles easily.
So, in a few minutes we reach the Schleswig Strait, and I hope we can pass it only with sails. I'm not so sure. There it is. That looks fine. We're coming good in, and I hope the wind will not die because of this island there, but I think we can make it really straight with sails. Yeah, looks good. We are through. Don't know if you can see it, but it's extremely shallow over there.
But passing the strait also meant that we have reached the last part of our journey, and we were able to see our harbor in the distance. We arrived Schleswig late in the afternoon and used our last evening to have ourselves a review from these beautiful days in April 2025 on the Schlei, and made some plans for our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the video, and if you liked it, then please subscribe and leave us a thumb up or comment. And at last I have some great news for you. We bought a new boat, but this is the story for the next episode, so stay tuned.